I'm not sure I loved that. But it is October 4th, and we're chatting Survivor on Jury Duty. Let's go. Yeah, quick and simple. Okay. So I don't even know how we want to start this thing, all right? Because this is new to us. This is brand new. But let's see. Do we want to go straight to the elimination thing? No. Let's start at the beginning. These tribes are a mess. Okay. And I definitely want to start because we were talking before we started the stream about Brad running down the seashore.
Yeah.
And like we might as well start there. I thought the whole thing was ridiculous. Like, I get it. I get that you want to listen to the conversation. It did prove to be fruitful for him. But was it? You know, so he heard some things, but at what cost? Because then Miss Pastor Lady, what's her name? Chantel.
Miss Pastor Lady.
Miss Pastor Lady. She wasn't really feeling it. Kind of made her distrust him.
Well, was she the one? Somebody was in like one of their little private like things, and they heard him running, and they were like, "What is happening right now?
Like, what's going on?" Yeah, and he's running down, and then when he comes back, he tells her that like, "Oh, you know, I heard them talking and this, that, and the other thing." And then she runs straight to what's his face, to Ricard, and tells him right away, "Listen, you're my number one, right? I want to let you know that Brad heard everything."
Right.
So I was really hoping that this tribe was going to find themselves in trouble, so we can see how that one resolved itself. But I guess that sets us up for the future. Love that we got to see that.
Right.
So since this is your first experience with Survivor, like Gina especially, but like John, first new one.
Oh, definitely.
What are you thinking so far, especially comparing, contrasting, like even the competitions that we're seeing on Big Brother, that we see on the challenge? Like, what do you think?
These competitions, this one and this episode especially, like really showed how you need every member of your team to like really be working in sync. And like, I know that we see on like the challenge, we see pairs, and we'll see like even bigger teams sometimes and stuff. Like, but like, I feel like this was, you really saw like how every single person needs to be able to contribute in this game, and it really will hurt you. But I mean, the vote ended up being kind of crazy. I didn't think it was going to go that way after watching the competition, but I understand why it did. The whole politics of how that works is so interesting to me too, really, because
wasn't it?
Yeah, like you know, in this kind of game, like they already didn't have their Flint, right? The Yasa team. Like, there's so many things that are hinged on these competitions, and like people haven't eaten, and that's like a whole thing that Tiffany was talking about, why she performed so poorly, zero food and this and that, and then they lost this competition.
Wow.
But no, so she's saying that, right? But they lost this competition, which didn't get their Flint, which means it's going to be even harder now for them to make fires and make food and all that. So there's still, you know, like. You know, I don't know. All this stuff is just crazy to me, but it's interesting to watch how all this stuff plays out in this game. Like, still, like, really just learning it now, you know?
Yeah. You were going to say something, Gina?
I know you were not having that he was defending Tiffany.
No, I wasn't defending her. I was only quoting what she was saying.
Right.
Because you know, because they're talking about how they want to get their Flint back, but they have to win a competition, and it's like, well, cut the person that's not winning you these competitions. You know, like that's what I'm saying. I'm not defending her in any way.
Okay, no, because there's really no defense to offer. That really was a rough. That was tough to even just to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, because there were just moments like it didn't even look like she was trying. It looked like she was voluntarily hopping off of the balance beam. Like, I don't really know like what we were looking at there. It was very, very troubling to me.
Yeah.
And listen, I understand the politics of these games. Okay, like this has been our whole life. Okay, the politics of games like this, but keeping somebody like Tiffany in a game like Survivor, I really, really do not understand. You know, because you need to keep this tribe strong. More important now than ever before, at least in Survivor, from what I've seen. Not that I've seen so much, but because you're giving up your flint every time you lose, like that's a huge blow to the team. And it seems to me like it would be more important to make sure you're in a position to win and keep that than to be keeping some kind of a politic number.
They seem to be. Oh, I'm sorry, Gina. You go ahead.
No, that's okay.
I just thought that they seemed to be really focused, like Evie and Liana and them, on like, a swap is going to come or a merge is going to come, so it doesn't matter if we keep Tiffany or Adam. But like Xander made the point that this game is all different. It's a new era. It's sped up. Who knows what's coming? Who knows if a merge or a swap is even coming? Like, we might have to rely on each other. Let's get the strongest team. And like, I get why they might think that Xander's a dangerous player, because he is, but like, if he's trying to work with you and he's got all these advantages, like, use those advantages, have him aligned with you while he's using those, so that they're being used in your interests, and cut this person that's bringing your team down and making you lose all these competitions.
Right. I think it's difficult. Because they don't know what to expect, especially in a game like this that's now so much more sped up, right? Because you want to keep this person like that has all these advantages in the game and on your side, right? Yeah, that sounds smart in a longer game like Big Brother, but in one that's shorter like this, like, do I really trust you enough? We haven't spent enough time for me to really establish whether or not I should be trusting you proper. How do I know how you're going to use these things? And then the politics behind keeping somebody like Tiffany in, right? I definitely understand the thought process behind keeping all these things together if there is a merge coming up, because you've got this weaker person in Tiffany. She's always going to be the larger target. So there's your shield. And until she has to go, she's a number on your side.
Yeah, always will be loyal to you.
Yes, she will always be loyal to you, because she knows, like, she needs to be, because she can't win anything by herself. Yeah. So, like, you know, once we get to the merge and immunity is individual, Tiffany is going to need you really more than you need her. So that's why you can definitely count on her loyalty. It's not an emotion-based loyalty. It's just smarts. And if she's got any, she's gonna stay loyal. All right. So like I get it. But you can't eat with her on the team.
Right.
It's also so interesting because it's like, you know, we're coming off of a game where, yeah, competition wins are important and all of that, but arguably the politics are the most important thing in the game. You know, that's what's really going to like take you farther. Where like now we're seeing, you know, the whole thing where even though Big Brother had a team twist, it didn't really affect the game that much. It was just kind of like, if your team wins, you're all safe.
Yes,
but like,
yes.
In a situation like this, it's like, no, you really do need everybody, similarly to what you were like just saying, you need everybody to be able to pull their weight in these competitions, or else the whole team is screwed. But also then on the flip side, there was a conversation where they were talking about Nasir and how essential he is to their team. And how, you know, we were thinking about like just learning whatever he like figures out and then cutting him. But now we're seeing how essential he is to survival in this game. And like, we need him to keep us afloat. So even if perhaps he doesn't contribute a whole lot socially or in competitions, like he contributes a lot to their survival. So he's going to be really crucial to their team too. And they can't cut him as soon as they thought.
Yeah. And that's what makes this game very, very exciting, because there's so many different layers to like the politics of this game and like the way that it works. Very fun. Very, very fun. Speaking of which, so now we know that Xander has all these advantages and that Xander is now aligned with Voce. I love the Voce elimination. Okay. Not that I wanted him to go. Okay. Because I enjoy him. I enjoy him. I enjoyed looking at him. I don't know anything about him. All right, this is very new. I just thought he was fun to look at. And I thought he could be fun, you know, just to continue watching. But I like the politics behind it because he really didn't do anything to deserve this
Yeah.
elimination, other than the fact that being aligned with somebody who had a lot of powers that they were scared were going to come out. That's very fun to me because
Yeah.
it keeps everything just so unpredictable. Do we think the right decision was made here? I don't.
I don't think I do either.
I don't. Knowing full well that Xander has this extra vote, but he can't use it. And we all knew that his idol was not activated. Like Evie knew that. So
now, let's say they did vote him out. If the other two teams find the idols, it could just never be used. Or
no.
is-
Well, you know what? I don't want to say no. From what I've seen on previous seasons, it once an idol is either used or leaves the game not used, then it just gets re-hidden like overnight.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Because I've seen on previous seasons people going out like the very night of or the early
Because I
the
was
morning
curious
of
about
looking.
that too, because all three of them need to be activated for someone to use theirs. So I was like, well, if he's cut, do they just never?
Yeah, I
have
believe
it
they
anymore?
rehide the advantage. Now, I'd be
Got it.
curious to know, like, now what happens with this stupid little phrase? I don't know how I feel about this whole phrase.
Right? Is he
thing.
just going to say this every single day until
Right?
somebody,
Because, like, at this
responds?
point, like, I don't know that I would say it again. You know, I think I would wait for
It's just
somebody
such a
else to say it
distinct
first.
thing to say. It's not like you're
Yes,
just saying
it's
something
so
that, like, comes up.
specific. Like, if I was in his tribe, I would be like, "Why do you keep saying that?"
But
Like,
if you're talking about butterflies, like
yes, like
I
you said it
think,
the first time, fine, but again, like
I
Yeah.
think I might wait until someone else says one of their
Yeah.
lines.
that's what I said to Tommy when we were
Yeah.
watching it. I think I might wait for somebody else to say something like, "Oh, my butterfly thing," like whatever it was.
Yeah.
like, does he have to say his first? Is that how that worked, or does it not matter?
I don't believe so.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
believe
think so.
so. That's not how it read to me.
Because who knows if he hadn't found it? Who knows how long it would have been there?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
another team would have found theirs. So
Right.
Which
right.
it actually was funny. I laughed at one point because Xander made a comment like after he found it. He was like, and then after he said the line and no one else said theirs, he made this comment like, "What these other teams? They can't get it together enough to find an idol." And I'm like, "Your team is getting smoked in every competition."
Yeah, you have no
Like-
room to talk.
Yeah, like
Jeff is straight
Right.
up roasting your team every time
Yeah.
he speaks. Like, relax.
Isn't he not? Is he not like just the best like
I love him.
he really is great.
announcer? Like I don't even know like what to call him. I mean,
He's great. He's great. And I
amazing.
love his enthusiasm too. Like,
Yeah, so
I
fun.
would be pissed though if I was competing and he was right behind me like, Gina sucks. I'd be like, thanks, Jeff. Like,
This is an
fuck off.
absolute disaster, and I'd be like, "Come on, man!"
I think it would motivate me. I did laugh at one point. He yelled at Tiffany and was like, "At least get halfway down the beam."
She would just scoot down and just like abandon ship, and it was like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing?"
It was like she decided, like every time if she was trying to walk across, she would decide, "Oh no, I should get down and try to scoot across." And then she'd start to scoot across and be like, "Oh, this hurts. I'm going to try to walk across."
Like,
You
"Oh,
just-
this didn't
You
work. Let me
keep
just start all
jumping.
over."
yeah.
I've
That's
never
what I
seen anything
think
so
happened.
ridiculous in my life. No.
But then after that, Liana killed her
Oh my
part
God.
Oh my gosh, just
That
crushed
she-
it.
of it. She like ran across that beam, dove like headfirst into the water, swam
Yeah.
across like that. She's a good athlete.
Yeah, and I would normally say like, don't do things like that, right? Because we're coming at a Big Brother. You don't want to look like a target or anything like that. But you know what? You also don't want to look like a punk. Your team is going out bad and going out hard. So like, you might
If
you
you're
might as
the
well
one that
charge on
saves
down.
the team, you look great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In her position right there, I thought that was a really fantastic thing to do. Yeah, really, really awesome.
You know, I
Um,
have to say too, like we really got the two extremes when it comes to Tiffany between Big Brother and Survivor.
I thought that. Yeah.
like one of like a legendary Big Brother player and a Survivor player that can barely scoot across a balance beam.
I heard that this Tiffany's from Plainview.
Really?
She is from Long Island, yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. Hey, Tiff.
Sorry, Tiffany. But
Sorry.
you did not
Sorry.
do well tonight.
Listen, we both know you had a rough go. Sorry. We all saw it. Sorry, it's just true. I do want to dive into Evie going to that island with Deshaun. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I love that. I love that they have to walk this long, long walk and they have this whole conversation. And now we've got this these little political possibilities between tribes before the merge. I think that's very exciting. Definitely want to see Deshawn and Evie make it at least to the merge to see if that holds any salt.
Uh-huh.
And see how things go. Definitely not thinking that Deshawn is going to be using his extra vote for in Evie's favor at all. Not unless it serves him. Like, good luck to you, Evie. But I think she's playing smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how she's playing the game here. That's all I had.
No, she's really like setting herself up in a way that she's in good graces with everybody.
Yes.
So it's like no matter which way this goes, she's fine.
Yeah, I thought it was very, very smart how she was saying like, I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to get his trust by giving secrets, but not my own. Like I'm gonna kind of give other people's games away with the information I've gotten. And how open she was. She was like, listen, I can't risk my vote because I need my vote. So I'm just going to protect it. If you want to risk it, go ahead. It's a free extra vote for you. Like she really is smart. Like without she's just it's
awesome.
Yeah. Even just like playing kind of like a double agent within her own tribe.
Yeah.
It's like because no matter which way that vote went, she was in a good position,
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I will also add, gone. Way gone. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have no idea what it was going to be. I have things to say about Xander, though. I do have things to say about Xander.
Okay.
But no, my every thought is gone. Oh, shoot. That's too bad. I was really excited about it. Oh, well. Xander, I think, is in trouble. Because of OJ going. Like, unless we see something miraculous with the other two tribes, like fighting both their advantages at the very, very same time, and then him getting his vote reactivated. Otherwise, I think he's got a problem.
Or unless the top two teams in the next challenge get immunity and they manage to come in first or second. So that would buy him another week, right? I mean,
yeah, but I mean, after what we just saw.
Well, he was really confusing me this episode because, again, I don't know if it's because I just know Big Brother so well and don't know Survivor as well, but it's like he is so quick to give up everything he has and just tell everybody everything that he knows. And it's like, why? I don't know what the benefit is of telling your entire team that you found this idol and what it does and how you're disadvantaged by it. Like, I don't know why you would do that.
Well, because in this game, well, at least what I've seen like in the past is that when people have they have an idol, they use it for the entire, like their entire alliance. So they sit because it's something they can hold on to, not like the veto that you lose after like a couple of days. Like, we've got this idol, so anytime any one of us is in trouble, we'll use the idol to protect any one of us.
Oh, it's not just for him.
No, it's not. No. If he gets the idol, it's not just for him. He can use it however he wants. Yeah. I
didn't know that.
Yeah. So that would be the benefit to telling them if it is with the idea that like, hey, I'm telling you this is going to keep all of us safe. It's a good way for me to keep numbers on my side. All
right, that makes a little more sense.
But you don't have it yet, so.
Well, yeah, but also I'm thinking like it strictly only benefits him, and I'm like, why are you telling everybody everything?
Right. Oh, okay. No. Right. Yeah. That's fair. No, he can use it on anybody he wants.
Okay.
But you don't have it yet, so that's not really something I think you should have shared just yet.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah. Wait until like you say the thing, and then everyone says the thing, and then you could be like, P.S.
Yes, because if anything, now it just makes you even more of a target because they know that you have the possibility of getting this idol. So let me get rid of you, and then I can go find the advantage myself, and then I can be.
Now that I know how it works,
now that I know exactly how it works, let me just go get it if I want it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or just make sure you don't have it. And since I know that it's not activated, I don't have to now because that's the other thing about the immunity idol. If you see how the tribal council goes, and Jeff doesn't ask until after the votes are cast, if you have an idol. So now if you have an idol, that means obviously the votes that were cast against you don't count. And the next highest vote getter is the one that leaves. So we don't want to keep something like that like in the game. And I don't have any danger of like, I don't need to think that, oh, what if I'm the next highest vote getter? Could I be shooting myself in the foot by doing something like this? Like, no, you don't have anything to worry about because it's not real yet. So I don't know. I don't think he should have shared it just yet.
Yeah, I mean, like, clearly, obviously, him and Voce were tight, but like he was very, very quick to trust Evie too, and like I'm not quite sure what indication he got from her that he could totally trust her like right off the bat like that, because she was very obviously close with Liana and also Tiffany too, right? I mean, like,
even told Deshawn, was like straight up like, Xander's got the idol. Know that,
The thing is, like, I would have trusted her too. I don't know, like, I don't know. She just comes off very trusting. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, to her credit, good for her.
Yeah, no. And it's like we were saying, she's kind of a double agent. She's a double agent where she's like sort of like reached out with Deshawn, given him info, but she's also a double agent on her own team where she's like playing Voce and Xander, but really working with Tiff and Liana. Like, she's really working everything.
Yeah. Well, predictions going into this week. I have to say, if Yasa doesn't get immunity, I think Xander's out. I don't see a path for him forward. And I also don't see a situation in which they win immunity based on what we've seen. They lost.
Especially
they lost
now that
the
they're
first
so
two.
Severely outnumbered.
Yes. Except that they do balance that out. They'll have people sit out on the other tribes.
Oh,
so
okay.
Unless you have Tiffany sit out.
Do you think there's a chance that
obviously
she's on the
right, she's on the low. So sorry I said that.
I guess you'd have to be strategic in how you used her, unless everybody has to do like the entire course or whatever the challenge is, like but if everybody gets one part of it, like you have to be strategic in where you like I guess put her.
Right.
But do you guys think that like is it going to be from here on out 2 teams get immunity every challenge, or do you think that it'll switch on and off sometimes? Only one team.
So. That's the way it's generally done when I've seen 3 tribes. For the 4 seasons I've watched of the other 40, that's the way it's gone. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because apparently we're supposed to drop the 4 and keep the 1. so I don't know. But they did that last week. I feel like that would be like normal.
Yeah.
If we keep losing 2, this is going to be over pretty quick.
Well, just because I know it's only 26 days, right? So,
and it is true. Maybe there's another double on the way.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know.
Very wild. I really want someone else to find an idol too. I want someone else to say another line.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's what we get this week. At least one more. I'm hoping somebody finds something.
Yeah.
But I'm ready to talk to challenge. So let's shut this one down. Thanks for watching. This is Jury Duty, what is now a Survivor podcast. I have nothing to close this out, so we're just going to leave.